Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby was not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby. He's Eddie.
And he's Webby. Do we
That's
touch tips
right.
again?
And if you're wondering, a little tip touch. But anyway, if you're wondering what Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby is, it's a show where we do exactly what the title says. We just dink around. That's basically it.
That's right. And you might be saying to yourself, guys, usually this comes after the Eddie and Webby podcast. What in the world is going on with that? You didn't have a podcast earlier. You're right. We didn't.
Yeah, and this is the kind of show where we just do whatever we want. We do whatever we want, whenever we want, and it's totally unscripted, totally unplanned. Usually, today we actually do have a few things planned out. In fact, we have a lot of stuff planned out for today. But I mean, we're basically, the whole purpose of tonight's show is we're going to show a whole bunch of fun posts that we've seen on social media during this time of crisis. People have just been super creative. People are making the best of a horrible situation and sharing some very fun and entertaining videos and photographs. And we thought we would spend this evening going over some of those.
Absolutely. Do you watch the news much, Webby?
I do. Not a ton, but yeah, I've been watching it quite a bit. Why do you ask?
Well, I've been trying to be deliberate with my news watching lately, and so I like to balance a lot of local news with national news. And I've noticed a huge difference. I don't know if it's like that in the Detroit area, but down here, our local news is, more, I don't know. I don't want to say upbeat, but maybe a little bit less like doom and gloom. And I feel like every time I turn on the national news, it's like, dun dun, the coronavirus. It's like setting up a drama, and it honestly makes you feel like if you walk outside right now, you're just going to be stepping over bodies that are just lining the streets around you, and it's a very different feel between them. And I don't know if it's the same in your area or not. The difference between local news and national news.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Here in Detroit, the local Detroit stations, they're a lot more upbeat, and you can tell they're doing what they can to try and calm people down. Because I mean, things are horrible for a lot of people right now. People are losing their jobs like crazy. So a lot of the local news stations around here, they're really good at trying to stay upbeat, give people ideas of things that they can do while they're stuck at home. And exactly like you said, as soon as you turn on the national news, it's like, we're all gonna die.
Yeah,
all of us.
It's crazy, man. I do think there is a very big difference between what you get on them, but I just wanted to know if that was what you guys are experiencing out there as well. And I did want to point out that we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch for the 1 3/4 persons that care.
Yep.
And this show is meant to be interactive. So if you guys have questions, comments as we're going through this, please feel free to throw them in the chats.
That's right. And tonight is going to be super fun. We got a whole bunch of fun things to show you, but I don't know about you. I can't really get started until I have something to drink.
Oh, it's like live streaming and drinking has just kind of gone hand in hand with me now. So.
Yes. So if anybody else is like us and you have a nice tasty beverage, whether it's an adult beverage or not, let us know in the comments. I will be drinking one of my favorites, and this is from Founders Brewing, and this is Centennial IPA.
Real original, Webby. I'm pretty sure you had that one of the last times we streamed, huh?
Well, sometimes you just got to go back to the classics. Go with what you know. Go with what you love. I bought a bunch of this stuff to keep me hydrated throughout this quarantine process.
Have you been...
That's what happens, right? When you drink alcohol, you stay hydrated, right?
Right. That's exactly. We're medical professionals, folks. Well, yes. I should say we're not medical professionals, but if we were, we would definitely recommend you go out there and hydrate yourself with Centennial IPA.
That's right. And I'm using my Dearborn Brewing glass, a local brewery near me, which is a very, very good place. And I have a feeling they're probably going through some very hard times right now. So hopefully things aren't too bad for them over there.
We actually, we're starting to get some comments in here. And
oh, nice.
Here's one from Melinda. Dexter saying, "My sister and I are also drinking Centennial. Be careful." Oh.
Oh, nice. Melinda and her sister have great taste. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers. Well, since you went with the beer that you've drinking recently on the show, I'm also going to be drinking the American Wheat from Fort Myers Brewing Company, because I also believe that right now it's important to help support your local economies. And not right now in Florida, breweries are still able to give you beer to go. And so you can actually go to Fort Myers Brewing Company. You can get beer to go. You just have to respect social distancing, and you're all good.
Yeah, and that's how I believe that's how most of the breweries here in Michigan are as well, doing like the to-go orders only. But after I finish this glass of Centennial IPA, I've actually got 2 other different beverages I'll be drinking. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned to see what else I'll be drinking throughout the night.
Webby's going to get loose.
Actually, I have 3 different beverages now that I think about it. So you guys really got to stay tuned.
Have you, since the quarantine, have you noticed yourself either wanting to and or also drinking more?
100% yes, I am drinking a lot more because of this. Without a doubt, I am drinking a lot more.
Yeah, me too, man. It's I was just thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, God, I think it's good because it means that for me, I don't really drink that much. Usually just during podcasts, maybe a couple drinks on the weekend, and that's it. But lately, I feel like it's like, well, first of all, I've been live streaming a lot more, and you can't live stream and not drink. So I feel like there's just a lot of circumstances that it's like, well, gotta have a beer.
Yeah, it's literally impossible to do a podcast without drinking. In fact, I think isn't it illegal to have a podcast and not drink during it? Like we will get arrested if we don't drink.
That's right. Chuck Frame said, "I'm on my 3rd flying dog, the truth." I've had flying dog before, but I don't think I've ever had the truth. Aren't they the one that has that the beer, like I'm gonna use a curse word, people, so if you're offended by that. But it's like crazy bitch or angry bitch or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you guys know in the comments.
I am not familiar with the flying dog.
Andre Paul is drinking a Genesee Ruby Red Kolsch. They released it early yesterday because of the pandemic. Well, didn't Bell's decide to release Oberon early because of the pandemic?
Yeah, exactly. Oberon got released early. And speaking of beer releases, this weekend, this Saturday, I believe, Perrin Brewing, they're doing for the first time ever an online-only ordering process for this year's batch of No Rules. Remember No Rules?
Yep. Oh yeah.
We had that during the show. And I'm going to try to purchase some. I'm going to try to make an online purchase. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, you have to you can only go there and do a drive-by pickup at designated times and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to do that. It's only a couple hours from my house. I'll take a little 2-hour drive, pick it up, and then come home.
That'd be funny if you got pulled over. They're like, "Well, where are you going?" You're like, "I'm going to get groceries." They're like, "Where are you going?" Yeah. Grand Rapids, 2 hours away from here.
Right. Son, what are you going to be doing all the way in Grand Rapids? That's 2 hours from here. Well, sir, that's the only grocery store that sells Perrin No Rules.
Right.
Well, why didn't you say so? That's exactly what would happen.
Why didn't you tell me?
Can you get me some?
Where? First of all, where are you getting pulled over at? In like Alabama? Like where? West Virginia?
Yeah, I took a detour on my way to Grand Rapids from Detroit.
I love it. Oh man. Well, maybe we should start showing some of these awesome videos and pictures that we have.
I think we should. We have a lot. We found a lot of very entertaining clips. So yeah, I definitely think we should get to it. And I feel like a good way to start this whole thing is with what I feel like was the first viral clip that was getting shared when this whole pandemic started happening. And I think this comes from Italy. I know they were hit pretty hard before we were, so they had to do the whole self-isolation thing. Pretty much the whole country got shut down. And there were a couple of guys that they really didn't want to stop playing paddleball or whatever it is they're playing, and that's when they released this video.
¡Oh, padre el gourmet!
Hmm. What
But
did they say there? Do you know what they said?
not totally sure. Hopefully they didn't swear real bad. I mean, this is Dinking Around. It doesn't matter. We're uncensored. But so I guess I don't know. If anybody can translate in the comments what they said, hopefully it wasn't too bad. But it probably wasn't a great thing because they just lost their ball. But I wonder how many of those balls they lost during the process of doing the window paddle ball playing.
Well, I got to say, I'm actually impressed they were able to do that. And, I mean, I feel like every fifth hit, I would lose the ball. So the fact that they
Yeah,
could go more than that was pretty good.
yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I cut that clip in half at least. Like they went on for quite a while before the ball dropped. I didn't want to play the whole thing because it was so long. So they had a really good rally going there, but I just wanted to shorten it up a little bit so it wasn't too long, so we could move right along because we got a whole lot of stuff to show here. But yeah, I feel like I don't know about you, but that clip was going around a lot on the pickleball forum, and some of my friends were posting it and stuff just to show what people were doing during Italy's self isolation.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy to see a lot of the posts from a lot of European or Asian areas where people live in, like high rises and much like smaller, more compact housing than what we have throughout most of America. I mean, if you live like in in a downtown area, you probably are in an apartment or things like that. But they had guys on rooftops that were doing exercise classes for people that were all doing it out on their balconies. Did you see any of those
Yeah,
videos?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah, those were cool too.
it was pretty cool to
Yeah,
see all that stuff.
yeah, definitely very interesting to see how people are coping with all this and still try to get some kind of normalcy out of their like routines, like try to get the routines in with all that's going on with other people involved in any way they can. So yeah, definitely very interesting stuff. Peter Colvin, he posted something recently and it shows kind of a creative use for pickleballs during a home quarantine.
He did, huh?
He did.
Should we play it?
Now would be a good time to play the video if you have it handy. I don't know if you do.
Here we go.
This is dinking around. We don't know what we're doing.
We don't know, but I got it right here.
I feel like that dog was living his best life there.
Yeah, I want to meet that dog, man. Seems cool. Seems like high energy, really friendly, a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Looks like,
definitely.
look like a
And
fun dog.
so if anybody's got some extra pickleballs laying around and you've got a canine friend, just throw it and maybe they'll go chase it and bring it back to you. That'll kill some time here.
Jordan actually, she took one out of my bag. My bag was on the ground. It was kind of open. She pulled one out of there and just cracked it a little bit, and so it basically turned into her toy. I just threw it in her pile, and so every once in a while she'll bring it to me.
Nice. And I take it Jordan is your dog?
Yeah, doesn't everybody know? Jeez. Actually,
I knew
usually I
that.
call her Jay, but now I've revealed the truth.
Nice. But so the whole purpose of tonight's show is to like show off a whole bunch of positive things people have been posting. And I do want to give a shout out to somebody that did a post in the pickleball forum recently that I thought was great. It came from Larry Vanderoost, and we don't actually have anything to show for it, but I just want to talk about it a little bit. And Larry Vanderoost did a post. It wasn't really pickleball or coronavirus related specifically. It's just one of those posts that got a really good and positive response. And his post said, "Hey gang, tell us something impressive or interesting about yourself that probably no one else here on the forum has done, and go." And I kid you not, over 1,000 people have done replies to this post, and just like some really awesome things people were talking about that they've done in their lives. I did a post. I talked about how I was inducted into the White Castle Hall of Fame. A lot of people probably haven't done that.
Do you
And
have you should have the video of your speech to pull up one of these days.
oh yeah, we will have to show that one of these days. But if you want to find it, go on YouTube and look up White Castle Man Hall of Fame speech. I think it'll come up.
Are there not
And
many videos that are from White Castle Hall of Fames on YouTube?
there really isn't that much, no.
Yeah.
But if you look up Hall of Fame and White Castle Man, you should find mine. And if you watch the video, you'll see why I got inducted and what I mean by White Castle Man.
It was
But
fun.
yeah,
Good time.
it's just it's a cool post. So I recommend if you are on the Pickleball forum, look up a recent post from Larry Vanderost, and it's just a very interesting thing. And if you've got some time to spend some time reading over 1,000 replies, you'll get some very interesting ones. And it's
A
pretty
lot
good.
of people have a lot of time right
Pretty
now.
good. Yeah.
Yep.
A
A lot of people have a lot of time. That's for sure. I don't know about you, but I find that you and I are both lucky that we still have our jobs. We both get to work from home.
Mhm.
But I've actually found that I've been like incredibly busy lately, like busier than I normally am in my normal routine. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm great at staying busy, and I keep coming up with projects I want to work on, and then like something else comes up, so I start working on that, and the other project gets put on hold. When this whole thing first started, I said I was going to clean my basement thoroughly. I haven't done that one bit yet. That's because I keep like coming up with other ideas to do. I mean, I have like video ideas. I'm still editing the footage from the Florida Grand Slam. We've been doing these podcasts. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely keeping busy, so I'm definitely grateful for that.
That's crazy. A lot of people working from home right now, though, right?
They are. A lot of people are working from home. A lot of people that have never worked from home before are doing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And our friends at Jigsaw Health actually put out a pretty great video recently, and they did a music video. It's a song parody, and it's all about working from home during this coronavirus pandemic. So I think now would be a good time to play that video.
We all used to go to our jobs. Then COVID broke out. They sent us all home at home.
And that was a great video. And from the folks at Jigsaw Health, man, they do such fun, entertaining things over there.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta love the content they're putting out. Obviously, they're kind of they're in the same mindset as us, trying to spread positivity right now, keep people, feeling good as much as they're possible or as much as possible. And I loved it. I thought that was great. And Webby, I know you work from home even before coronavirus. You work from home on a pretty consistent basis. I work from home full time, and so there's a lot of things in that video that I think a lot of people can relate to. Like,
Oh,
is there
yeah.
anything in there that kind of stuck out to you?
I mean, pretty much everything about it. They nailed it. Every single bit of it is something I can relate to. And yeah, I thought it was great. And they have a whole bunch of parody videos. A lot of people don't realize this, but on their YouTube channel, they have a whole bunch of song parodies that they've done. They're very musically talented, very creative. So whether or not you use their products, I mean, you should definitely check out the YouTube channel because they're a fun group. No denying it.
That's right. They're a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of music, there's actually a funny picture going around the internet with a meme featuring a famous musician that goes by the name of Justin Timberlake.
Who?
And JT, as some of us like to call him.
Gotcha. Never heard
but
of him before. So
There's a funny photograph going out there. I don't know if you have that handy, but
I do.
if you do, we should toss that up there real quick. And it says, "Roses are red, April is gray. The next time you leave your house, it's gonna be May."
Yes.
Yep. That just happened.
Love it. Are you a fan of NSYNC and boy bands?
Not gonna lie, I've got some history with bopping my head to some Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, even New Kids on the Block back in my day.
Little NKOTB, 98 Degrees, right?
Yeah.
Who else was popular back then?
I know. Oh man, who else was there? Oh, do you remember O-Town? There was like a reality show, and then they formed the band O-Town.
I do remember that.
Johanna Coyne says Jonas Brothers. But
Yep.
that was actually after my boy band phase. I wasn't. I'm not really familiar with a whole lot of the Jonas Brothers songs. What about you?
No, not really. I know that they're very popular though, but yeah, never got into it. We have recorded karaoke singing of some of those boy band songs.
We do. In fact, there's even a lip sync performance from way back in the day. It was like one of the first Eddie and Webby performances on a stage.
Yeah, that would have been back in what, 1999?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, that's anyway.
I'm surprised that's not out there on the internet, but
well, I'd play it, but we'd
probably
probably get we'd probably get copyright stricken if I played it. So
yeah, that's very true.
Yep.
And hopefully we don't get a copyright strike for the Jigsaw song we just played because they performed it so well. It sounded just like the original as far as the music goes, but I'm pretty sure they performed it themselves, or at least somebody from Jigsaw, because I'm telling you, they have a very talented staff over there. I mean, very musically creative and talented. It's pretty good stuff.
Oh yeah.
A lot of great stuff they got going on there. Also, speaking about working from home, there was another super funny clip here. Most working parents can relate to this next video. A lot of people are spending a lot more time with their kids than they're used to, especially while trying to work. So this next video shows something that I think a lot of parents can relate to during this time of home quarantining.
Oh, no, yes.
That's brilliant. Brilliant, I tell you.
Yeah, that was pretty good, man. That was I like I mean, obviously that guy's got some talent in editing to be able to put that video together.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Zach King. I don't know if you've ever seen
Mm-hmm.
Zach King's YouTube channel. I love the stuff that he does. In fact, I learned how to edit with Final Cut Pro by watching some of his online tutorials. But
Really?
he has some amazing editing skills. I think his channel is called like Zach King Magic or something like that. But it's their video magic, something like that. But like, man, he does some awesome video stuff. So
He
any
got to start
video
on,
and editing fans, you got to look up Zach King.
he got to start from Vine, didn't he?
Yeah, he did a lot. Like that's how he got really big, is from all the Vine videos that he did. But yeah, he's a very
Yeah.
cool guy. Very very great YouTube channel that I highly recommend.
Check it out.
So another thing I'd like to show off right now. This is relating to something that we talked about on a previous episode of Dinking Around. We showed a picture of Louis LaVille. He was holding a pickleball and a pickleball paddleball water skiing, and we joked around and pretty much assumed that it was a photoshopped picture. I didn't think it was real, but Louis actually sent us a video clip to prove that it was real. So I think we should play that so everybody can know that he really did that.
Impressive, man.
Yeah, very impressive. I know, like it wasn't like he didn't hit the ball a whole bunch of times, but he hit it
Right.
hell of a lot more than I ever would have. That's for sure.
Well, even just to be able to use his foot, I mean, that alone is like
Yeah,
way beyond what I think
yeah,
most
yeah. Here I am.
humans can do.
Here I am critiquing how many times he hit the paddle. Who cares about the fact that he's
once, God.
he's only
I can't believe
using a foot? Yeah, he's holding a foot to hold on to the thing and ski with one leg. That's no big deal. And then the chump only can bounce it a few times. No, I'm just kidding, Louis. That was very very impressive.
That's incredibly impressive, man. I
Yeah.
love it.
So yeah, thanks Louis for sending that clip, because I wasn't sure when I saw that photo. I was like, oh, man, that's got to be staged. There's no way somebody did that for real. But I love it. I love how passionate pickleball people are to do stuff like that.
That is the truth.
But speaking of Louis LaVille, he actually just posted another TikTok video. I think he just posted it like last night or even maybe this morning, and I thought it was another one that would be fun to show you. But first, I do have a little disclaimer. We're going to show a few TikTok videos, but most of them use music that will definitely cause us to get a copyright strike against us. So we either replaced the music with sound effects or different music that we have the rights to use. And for this one, we just replaced the music with some sound effects. Love it.
Yeah, man. I
That
can't
was
believe
brilliant.
the
I mean,
creativity. Yeah.
Yeah, super creative. I mean, yeah, that was great. Just he keeps hitting the ball to himself in different areas. Now, had I not told you that I took out music and added sound effects, would you have known? Because every sound you heard was added in post-production by me.
Well, where did you find? Did you actually record those sounds, or did you find them somewhere?
So actually, I got the sounds from his other videos that he posted of him hitting the ball with a paddle. So I took those sounds from other Louis videos.
That's funny. I love it, man. There's been a lot of stuff going on in TikTok. It's pretty crazy how that's taken over. Like when people are
Yeah.
really bored, that's when they go to TikTok, man. Or they're
Yeah.
like 16. Either one. Really
Right.
bored adults or 16-year-olds.
yeah, either or.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pickleball community especially has really latched onto TikTok during these times. So now is a perfect time to do a little TikTok segment. And this first one, after the Louis one, here's one that comes from Lee and Annalie Waters, because they recently started using TikTok a lot, and they've been posting quite a few clips. So this is another one where we swapped out the original music, but we replaced it with some pretty fun music that you might recognize. And I think we should go ahead and play the TikTok from the Waters.
It's a great way to bond for both mothers and daughters. Don't take my word for it, ask Annalie Waters.
This is Anna Lee, and I'm a pickleball junkie. The addiction competition is real, yo. And that ain't funny, I tear it up on the court. Yeah, I'm courageous and bold. And the best part is I'm only 12 years old.
Should I read a book?
Oh man, have you seen any of their TikToks yet? Other than that, Vin, that one so far?
Yeah, I watched the whole mashup of them.
Yeah, they just recently did a mashup of their own yesterday. Great stuff. And yeah, they were saying if you have a TikTok account, you should check their stuff out because I think they've done a lot more TikToks than what they've actually shared on social media or like on Facebook and stuff. So
yeah.
I might have to. I actually don't have the TikTok app on my phone, but I might have to get that so I can keep up with what Lee and Annalie Waters are doing on TikTok.
Yeah, I should probably do that as well because I don't have it. But it's funny because all the TikTok videos I've seen are all from Facebook or Instagram. So it's like,
right? Yeah.
It's like, what's the point of TikTok if they're just going to go to other platforms? But anyway, I don't know. I guess I just don't know enough about TikTok.
Yeah, I think they just make it super easy to like you can just add whatever music you want to or something. I don't know. I guess I'm not sure either. I need to play around with it. I remember when Vine first came out, I thought it was the stupidest thing ever made. But then once I downloaded it, I got hooked on it.
I showed it to you, and you're like, "What? You can only do what was it like 5-second clips or something like that, or 10
like
seconds?
it was like 5 or 6 seconds at the most was
Yeah.
like all you could do on this Vine app that used to be out there. But I got super hooked on it because like people were doing awesome videos. Like it's amazing how much you can do in 5 or 6 seconds. Like you can tell a whole story in 5 or 6 seconds, and like you have to be pretty creative to do it in a good way too. So
right.
I mean, there are hundreds of Vine compilations out there on YouTube now that I still watch to this day.
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of like how Twitter forced you to, when it first came out, it was 144 characters. It forced you to be very creative, and it gave you the confines of it. Well, I think Vine did the same thing where it's like, here are the confines of Vine and you have to be creative. And so I really think that like you can't just be any Joe off the street and do a really good 6-second video. You have to be incredibly creative and think about it and structure it and shoot it. So
oh yeah,
I think Vine was one of the greatest things that ever happened.
Yeah, I was very bummed when that
Yeah.
ended up shutting down, but
Yep.
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? I don't really know. But I do know that I agree with Lala. Lala said, I love Louie and Annalie and Lee's videos, and I couldn't agree more. They're awesome.
Yes.
Let's do a couple more TikTok videos, shall we? Rich Lopez did a really fun one, and he said, having fun and making the most of this lock-in life with my daughter, Sophia.
Wow.
How awesome is that?
That's impressive, man. I mean, I don't know how many times they practiced that, but they made it look like, yeah, no problem. We do this all the time. It's no big deal.
Right. Yeah, like every single thing they did there was very impressive. I mean, that was not an easy thing to accomplish by any means. So yeah, that's very well done. And that backflip, that was like spot on. Nicely done.
That's right. That was pretty good, man. Good job, Rich.
So another person that has gotten totally addicted to TikTok, anybody that's been on the Pickleball forum in the last week or so has seen quite a few TikTok posts from Dane Gingrich. He's done a couple very funny ones, and he did one where it shows what happens if he tries to sneak out of the house to play some pickleball during these times, and I think we should play that one now. Yeah, I feel like we can all relate to that. It's like we really want to get out there and play some pickleball, but you really shouldn't. And then if you do, you might the cops might be out there waiting for you, making you go back in.
The shame police.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was.
To
Shame
take you
police,
down.
yep.
We're coming for you,
Yep.
Dane.
Oh man, I love it. Dane did another one that actually was pretty impressive. Like you'll see what I mean. I think we should just go ahead and play this one and see what he did on this TikTok video from Dane.
wanna see you back it up, back it
Now that right there, I feel like that's like a classic TikTok video. Like most of the
Uh-huh.
TikTok videos I see are that kind of thing, and like what the Waters did, like with music and dancing to it and stuff. But I have noticed a lot of people do use TikTok for things other than like lip syncing to music and stuff. But I feel like the things with the music, I feel like that was like the main purpose of TikTok. At least that's how I feel anyway. And I thought that was a great use of TikTok right there.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was good. Dane's been pumping those out, man. He
Yeah.
I'm loving them. He's cracking me up with those videos.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
Well, there's
so
one
many-
more.
so many
There's one
good
more
videos.
TikTok that we that I
Oh,
think
yeah.
you skipped over it.
All right, let's do it.
And here we go.
Dad, where do you think you're going?
Beer with the guys?
Not right now, you're not.
But why?
Do you want the coronavirus? Because that's how you get the coronavirus.
Jason's letting his dad go.
Well, I'm not Jason.
Never let me have any fun.
And you need to wash your hands.
Millennial.
I love that one. That's a classic one right there, and I feel like so many people can relate to that too.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, and I agree. The millennial boomer headbutting continues, right?
Right? Yeah, and yeah, I feel like that just I feel like most pickleball players can probably relate to that. I'm sure a lot of people want to go out and play, but if you've got a millennial son or daughter, I'm sure they're gonna put a stop to that and make sure that you don't do it, even though even if you think you're indestructible.
That's right. I love it. Very creative. Another very good and creative one.
Yes. So there's another series of videos I've been seeing out there. I know last time we did a show like this, there was the hashtag quarantine challenge, and people have been pumping those out quite a bit still. But there's also another challenge going out there called the hashtag Selkirk Home Challenge, and there's one from Lindsay Newman out there that is pretty impressive. Let's go ahead and show that one. Nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Lindsay's pretty talented, so she probably could have actually like ridden the bike with no hands, doing that,
Right.
with, like paddling each.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I would struggle just walking and trying to hit the ball consistently like that. I mean, she was doing it perfectly, like right in the center, like about the
Yeah.
same height with every single hit. Not that easy to do, and she does it while riding a bike. So, very nicely done, Lindsay. Love it.
I'll walk around my house a lot trying to do that, and I'll even like hit it and then put my paddle on the edge and hit it there, and that's always fun to do. But riding a bike, no, not gonna happen.
Yeah, I need to do that more often because I haven't done hardly anything at home. I need to follow Simone's advice and do all those things that she's been doing in her videos because I've barely touched the ping pong. I've barely touched a pickleball paddle in the last 3 weeks. So I got to change that. Got to do some stuff at home. Keep my skills sharp.
Well, the live stream that we did last night, which was part 4, she really amped up the exercises. And afterwards, I was talking to her, and I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm going to do those exercises this weekend." And she was pretty much like, "You might want to be careful there, Eddie." And I'm like, "Why? Like, what do you mean?" She's like, "Those were pretty extreme." And I kind of took offense to it. I'm like, "You don't think I can hang with you and Deco? Come on, I can hang with you and Deco. Don't you agree, Webby? I should be able to hang with them."
I think you should be able to hang. But yeah, maybe take it a little easy. Take it a little easy when you first try them and ease into it. But yeah, I think we could do it. I'm going to start doing it. One of these days, I'm going to go through all of her videos and do all of it.
Do it and record it and send it.
All right, I'll do it. I know you did that recently, and shows that us regular folks can do that kind of stuff. So no reason not to.
That's right. Boom.
So let's continue on with these Selkirk challenge videos. Here was another hashtag Selkirk home challenge video from Dottie Berry.
Okay, come on, girls, let's walk. Willow, come on. Bailey, you pull a little bit faster.
Again, very impressive. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do that.
Yeah, that was really impressive, man. I mean, I don't even I get annoyed trying to have a conversation when I'm walking Jay. She's a really good dog. She's great to walk with, but like just the whole concept of having to focus on that and talk to people's enough, let alone trying to hit a ball. And then the one dog was running ahead while the other dog was staying back. Too.
Right.
They
Yeah.
weren't really cooperating for her very well.
Yeah, she wasn't walking a dog. She was walking
Yeah.
two dogs
Yeah.
while hitting the pickleball. I mean, that's awesome. Nice work, Daddy. Very nicely done.
I agree.
So let's move on to the next hashtag Selkirk Home Challenge video. And this one comes from Debbie Drum.
Hello, this is Debbie Drum accepting the Selkirk Home Challenge. Ooh. Heart's pounding on that one.
Love it.
Oh man, I've been waiting for somebody to post videos of them using the ball machine in their house because I've been tempted to pull my lobster out and try and do some drills in the house, but I'm afraid glasses and stuff would start falling everywhere and picture frames, and my wife would not be happy with me.
Yeah, things would definitely be breaking all over the place if I attempted that. So, yeah, that was a very creative and different approach of the home challenge there. Very nicely done. Let's do one more of the hashtag Selkirk Home Challenge. And this one actually comes from Steve Deacon. Nice work, Steve.
What a show off. Ooh, I can
Right?
do yard work and hit the paddle.
Yeah.
Steve.
Ooh, I'm Steve Deacon. I can do whatever I want. I can hit the ball and yard work. What can you do?
Yeah. How about that? Nah, Steve's cool. We're big Steve fans.
Yeah, I met him for the first time at the Florida Grand Slam, and it was awesome seeing him play in person. Super nice guy.
It wasn't Wes Gabrielson you thought you met there?
No, obviously it was not Wes Gabrielson that we met during the Florida Grand Slam tournament. It was Steve Deacon. Why would you even say that?
Jeez. God.
Speaking of Steve Deacon, he did another fun post recently, and he wants to keep his obviously keep his pickleball fitness sharp, keep his game going, and he had a pretty clever way of playing some backyard pickleball in this video. Very nice.
Yeah, the dog wanted to get in on that too.
Yeah, but I just love it. Like it just goes to show, like, why pickleball is so much different and it's like so much more addictive than pretty much any other sport or pastime out there. Because I mean, you can just see like everybody just is they can't stay away from pickleball. Like not even for a week or two. If you take pickleball away from people, they're going to figure out ways to play at home over a swimming pool instead of a pickleball net. I mean, like it's crazy that I mean, it just goes to show how addicting and how important pickleball is to our lives, because like going just a week or two without it, that just can't happen. Not to us.
That's right. I agree.
And that actually brings us to our next segment, if you will. And this is a whole bunch of videos that people did showing their own do-it-yourself at-home pickleball setups to get their pickleball fix in. And we've got one here from Agatha Tran. She posted this video of her living room getting converted into a mini pickleball court. And she said, desperate time calls for desperate measures. Very nice. That's a pretty nice little setup. We could get some good dink practice in there.
I agree, especially a lot of the drills that they were doing too, and they were also doing volleys, which like the volley block drill back into the kitchen. I love that drill, and I could easily see how indoors that's something you could do. Hoping that there's nothing like expensive behind you or easy to break.
Right.
But absolutely, if all you're doing is just trying to block it back softly and the other person's speeding it up, I think that's a fantastic drill.
Yeah, absolutely. Very nicely done, guys. Here's one from Phil Sally. He did a post on the pickleball forum saying, I have been asking my wife to join me in playing pickleball for 3 years. Finally, after 1.5 weeks of social distancing, she played her first time in the garage with a lawn chair for a net. It's a start. Nice. So what do you think? You think she'll get hooked on pickleball just from this garage experience that she's got going here?
Well, yeah, because now you get the tease, right? It's like, hey, you want this brand new car? Come sit in it. You can't drive it yet, but just come sit in it, smell it, turn on the radio, feel yourself in it, right? And then all you're thinking about is that car day and night. All you do is you want that car. It consumes your every thought. And now all of a sudden you get the money, aka the coronavirus, stay-at-home order is lifted, and everybody floods to pickleball courts. And there she is, because all she's been doing is dreaming about playing that pickleball.
That's right. I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it's going to happen, too. It's exactly what's going to happen.
For sure. Definitely hooked.
No, I love it, though. I mean, it just shows, like, it's how creative people can get. I mean, something as simple as that. I mean, you can easily refine some pickleball skills just with a simple setup like that in your garage with a lawn chair.
I agree. Webby, I have a favor to ask.
All right, what's that?
When I play the next video, I need to go run and do something real quick. So when it comes back, can you talk for 20 seconds before I get back?
I can do that. I'll reveal my my next beer after this video, I think, if I can't think of anything else to talk about.
I think it sounds like a great idea.
All right, let's do it.
So what is the next video?
Yeah, that'd probably be good to talk about what the next one's going to be. Dinking Around, folks. Live
That's right.
TV, dinking around. I mean, this is what happens. We don't know, but it's fun. So Sue Howe Roddery, hopefully I said that name, she did a post and said, we couldn't wait any longer. Set up a makeshift in the driveway. Nice. I love it. So there you have it. Just something simple as that. Just set some stuff up in your driveway that's roughly the height of a pickleball net. I mean, who knows? Maybe that was the official height of a pickleball net, but they made it work. I mean, if you don't have your own portable net, I mean, that just shows that don't let that stop you. I mean, you can easily keep playing just with things you find around the house. And just something as simple as that can help keep your skills sharp. You can get the muscle memory going still, so you keep playing. That way, when we can finally go back to normal, get back on the pickleball courts, we can still not be super rusty when we get back out there. But since we're still waiting for Eddie, I think now would be a great time for me to open up my next beverage, because I finished my Centennial IPA from Founders. Oh, Eddie, you are back just in time for the reveal of the drink. He can't hear me yet because he doesn't have his headphones on. Now he can hear me. But you're just in time for the reveal of my next beverage.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
And this is actually something new, something I've never drank during a podcast before. And this comes from Perrin Brewing Company. And the reason I bought this is because it sounded so weird. Like it just seemed so weird. I had to try it.
That's
and
usually
this is
how I
called,
buy my beers.
right?
Weird name, right?
Let me see what sounds the weirdest, and that's what I'm going to buy. And that's what I did. And this is called Carrot Cake Cream Ale.
Yum. I've
So
never
that's
even
what
heard of it.
Yeah, I saw it at a Holiday Market in Canton, Michigan, one of my absolute favorite places. They have an amazing beer selection and a lot of great like international foods and stuff. And that's actually been where I've liked to do my grocery shopping during this whole pandemic thing. It's a very clean place.
Mm-hmm.
It's very well organized, and it's very good. Actually, no, I should say, I shouldn't sell it so good because I don't want a whole bunch of people to flock there now. I'm kidding. It's a horrible, horrible place. Don't go there.
Yeah, if you got a hidden treasure to go grocery
Right.
shopping at right
God,
now, man, it's
what a
the
rookie
worst.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, do not go there at all costs. No, just kidding. Great place. But yeah, let me take a little sip of this.
Well, while Webby's trying that out, we had a question come in from Adam Smith. It was more of a demand. And since there's a quotation mark at the end, it says, Eddie, sell my wife on why I need the lobster. That was what his statement. So, Adam, here you go. Play this clip back for your wife. All right, Mrs. Smith, Adam's wife. Let me tell you a little something. Especially right now, because I'm assuming that you're quarantined with Adam. You need to give him the opportunity to be able to continue to work on his pickleball game. And if he does it in the house a lot, he's probably going to break picture frames. It's going to be loud. You're not going to be happy about it. And if he does it outside, then it's not going to be the same experience. So he's probably going to be a little grumpy and stuff like that. But there is a way for him to be able to get the most out of his solo practice in pickleball right now. And that is using the Pickle by Lobster. And we're not sponsored by Lobster, but I tell you, if you let Adam get that, you're guaranteed to get him out of the house for hours on end. He's going to come back a happy guy. How did I do, Webby?
You did great. I feel like I'm going to buy one as soon as the show ends. That was a great sell.
Yes. Lobster, go ahead. You can reach out whenever you're ready for me to do a sales pitch for you. We'll do it up.
That's right. Yeah, nicely done. And thanks for the comment, Adam. Thanks for tuning in. Adam's been a longtime fan and supporter of ours, so thank you very much. We appreciate everyone who tunes in, especially the longtime fans. It's awesome.
Yes.
So we actually have a couple more of the homemade pickleball setups here, and this next one comes from Lisa Gans Rizzo, and this is her improvised pickleball setup in the garage.
Okay, coming from Rapola Drive in Delray Beach, Florida, we're improvising in our garage. Here we go.
Good stuff. I mean, like, I hope people are maybe even getting some ideas out of this podcast today, because I mean, these are some pretty creative ways to play pickleball at your home if you don't have a portable net or don't have a whole lot of space to work with. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any of these ideas that we've seen so far.
I agree. It kind of reminds me of last year during the U.S. Open. Our friends that were down here in Naples from Grand Rapids, they invented the game that combined cornhole and pickleball. And they actually like it was Saturday night where they have the final 3 matches that everybody goes there to see, right? The pro mixed men's and women's matches. And they were so excited to be able to get out of there to go back home to be able to play it. And so that's another creative way of where you can integrate pickleball. You can work on form, you can work on shot selection, you can work on all those different factors and integrate it into a game that can just be played really anywhere without a court.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you remember the name of that game?
Pickle hole?
Yep, that's right. Pickle hole. Yep.
Pickle hole.
But yeah, it's
Addicting
super
and
fun.
fun.
I've
It's no joke.
That's right. Yeah, it's like that. If you play that, basically, it's you get a cornhole set, and what you're trying to do is get the ball, or you want to make sure you can keep the dink rally going by hitting the cornhole set, which that alone isn't that easy because I mean it's a small little area of surface to work with, and then I think you get bonus points if you get it in the hole and stuff like that. So I've never actually played it, but it looks super fun, and you could definitely get refine your skills for sure, your shot placement and stuff like that by playing that. So
and then you have to put some sort of maybe 2 to 3 feet high physical net between the cornhole.
Yep.
What do you even call them? Cornhole things. So that way you can't just smash the ball off it. What do you call it? What is the word for the thing that you're trying to put the beanbag through in cornhole?
I guess I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what that's called. The hole.
Basket?
It's just the hole.
Yeah, just the hole, the box hole. I don't know. You know, we need Steve Ferranto because Steve Ferranto would know the name of it, right? Because isn't he plays?
Oh yeah,
Steve.
Lala
out there.
Yeah, Lala or Steve. If either of you are watching, what is that called? I feel like either one of them would know. But anyway, let's do our final video of that section, which is the do-it-yourself or at-home makeshift pickleball setups, and this one comes from Jim Labrasi, and he said, so Jim posted this funny and creative video showing off how he has figured out a way to play pickleball during this time of self-isolation at his house.
0-0. Let's play to 2. 2 sounds good to me. Maybe 1.
Oh, it's so good.
I love
another creative video, and I got that wrong. It was not at his house. It was just something he did in a time of self-isolation. He was the only one there, so he played a game of pickleball with himself.
That cracked me up. That reminded me, back in the 80s, whenever they would try and do, and probably even the 60s and 70s, but anytime in film they wanted to speed something up, they would basically do that exact same thing and then have all the other characters try to stay still and then just speed the clip up so it looked like they were just really fast. And that's exactly what that reminded me of. Is that what that reminded you of too? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely. I see Nicole Miller replied in regards to the cornhole question, and she said it's cornhole boards.
All right.
It's pretty simple.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
Or pickle hole boards in this case.
Yeah. In this case, we're talking about pickle hole boards.
That's right. Thank you, Nicole, for clarifying that.
Yeah, thanks, Nicole. There's another kind of little segment here we wanted to go over, and this is the musical portion of our show tonight. I love when people do song parodies, and especially when they're pickleball related. So here's some songs that are quarantine related. They're either pickleball and or coronavirus quarantine related songs. And so this first one, so as everybody knows, the government has been urging most of the country to stay at home unless you absolutely need to leave. And with anything, there's always going to be people that refuse to listen to what others tell them that should be done. And I'm not a fan of people getting on social media and shaming others. I feel like there's an appropriate way to get a message out there and an inappropriate way. And I feel like this next video is awesomely done. if that's a word. Awesomely? Is awesomely a word?
I think you can use it. I approve.
Okay. All right. But yeah, this next video, it features a very heartfelt musical performance reminding people the importance of staying at home during this pandemic. And just as a little warning, the lyrics of the song do use some strong language. So we are legally obligated to tell you that parental guidance is suggested for this next video clip that we're about to play. But I hope you enjoy it.
The world has caught a virus, so I've written you a poem. We need your help to cure it, so stay the fuck at home. And if you have got 12 kids or you're living on your own, lock it down and isolate and stay the fuck at home. I need the gym, I need the beach, I hear you bitch and moan. You need to grow a brain cell and stay the fuck at home. But I feel fine, I don't feel sick. I'll go out on my own. How thick are you? You selfish prick. Please just stay the fuck at home. From LA through to Berlin, from Wuhan to Rome, there's people dying every day, so stay the fuck at home. If you need to contact family, use Facebook, Skype, or phone. We've got the fucking internet, so stay the fuck at home. The only way to slow it down is isolate, not roam. Please help the world get back on track and stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home, stay the fuck at home. Don't you be a fucking dick, please stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Oh man. Very, very funny video.
Gotta love that for sure.
Yeah. Like I said before, there's a right way to shame people and a wrong way, and I feel like that was a great way to shame people, a great way to shame people. If you're a dear sweet old man and have a nice, catchy, heartfelt song, I mean, come on, it's perfect.
That's hilarious. Good stuff, though. I love that song. One of my favorites that I've seen come out of this whole thing.
Yeah, it cracks me up every single time I see it. Absolutely love it. And so let's do another song here. This one comes from our good friend and Pickleball Hall of Famer, Steve Peranto. And he did a little video of him performing a song that anybody with pets should be able to relate to during this time of self-isolation.
Well, here I am again, home isolating. Well, I do have Diego to keep me company. This song's for all the dog lovers out there who are probably alone with their dog, and Diego seems to like it. Here we go. You ready, Diego? Diego's heard me sing a lot lately. I don't really want to isolate, but Diego thinks these times are great. There's nothing better doggies like to do than to be with their humans, it's true. Just to be with you all day long is all they want to do. Before this virus is through, you'll find they love you so true, 'cause they'd rather spend their time with you. If a doggy tries to take your place, I won't even let him lick my face, 'cause there's nothing else that I would rather do than to isolate and be with you. Just to sit with you all day long is all I'm going to do. And when this virus is through, I'll still be with you, 'cause you're my favorite doggy, it's true. Ooh. Good boy.
Nice.
I love that, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, so good. So good. Yeah, Steve is such a talented and creative guy. What I love during that video, though, is Diego just kind of, it almost looked like, oh, here he goes again with his guitar.
He's singing again. Gosh.
Yep. No, so good, though. Such a good song. Love it.
Yeah, that was great. And I mean, it's true. I think that pets are loving this right now. They're absolutely loving the fact that people are home with them and, you know, getting to spend time. And I mean, most dogs, that's all they want to do. They just want to hang out with their pack. Cats, on the other hand, though, they're probably like, why are these people home all the time now? This is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably true for most cats. I have very unique cats. They're very, very friendly and very loving, and they're loving it. Like they're constantly rubbing on me, rubbing on my keyboard, getting in my way when I'm trying to type at the at the computer while I'm working from home and stuff like that. So my cats are loving it. But I do feel like a majority of the cats out there are evil and heartless, and probably hate the fact that they have to share the house with humans these days.
Right. They're like, my staff is living with me now. They're like, my staff usually is gone during the day and then just comes over at night. And now the servants are there all the time. That's how a cat would think.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I don't disagree with that. So we do have one more. We do have one more song here. This comes from Christine Gale Bell and Roderick Chip Bell, and they posted this fun video of them performing a pickleball themed parody.
I'm just a 3.5 with an average slice. I play 5 times a week. Hey, hell, I pay the price. But every time I go and leave my home, I'm entering the unknown. I have a hard time reaching that dang old volley zone in. I always feel like somebody's poaching me.
That's just my tendency.
Whoa, whoa, I always feel like somebody's poaching me.
That's just me being me.
Sometimes I pop the ball up real high, and I wince and close both my eyes. Then people smash the ball at me, I try to avoid. Seems like no one wants to play with me, or am I just paranoid? When I'm in the kitchen, I'm afraid of being there, 'cause I might open my eyes and find Scott Golden standing there. And he might roll past me, or even hit my chest. I feel like a 2.0.
Oh, even less?
I always feel like somebody's poaching me.
Well, it's just my tendency.
Whoa, whoa, I always feel like somebody's poaching me.
Well, that's just me being me. Side out.
Very nice. Nicely done.
Yeah, you got to love the creativity and making parodies, just like this guy over here likes to be able to do with pickleball.
Oh, come on.
All the
Yeah,
great
I
pickleball
do love
parodies
it.
out there. Yeah.
I do love doing a fun parody from time to time. But yeah, like that's what I love about what's going on right now is the fact that people are they're making the most of this time stuck at home. Instead of just moping or just laying around watching TV, they're doing things creative. In their case, they wrote and performed a song together. That's awesome. As we've been seeing all night, people have been making like do-it-yourself pickleball courts without a portable net. They just find whatever they can around the house to make a court. I mean, it's awesome to see what the pickleball community does when they're stuck at home during a time like this. This is it's a crazy time for the entire world right now. I mean, like just nobody has ever experienced anything like this, and it's good to see that people are able to make it as positive and as good of an experience as you can given the circumstances.
I agree. Well said. I don't think I can add anything to that. That's pretty good.
Well, let's move on then from that. There's actually a couple of funny photos that people have posted recently that I thought would be fun to share. This first one comes from Steve Kennedy, and he posted a picture of the essentials during a time like this. And there it is, toilet paper and a pickleball paddle. I mean, that's all you need. Two essentials in my life, he says. Can't get either one.
Love it, man. Which, by the way, we're good on toilet paper now, but paper towel. We only have a couple rolls left. Every time I go to the grocery store, it's completely sold out.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. Like the last 2 times I went to a grocery store, luckily I have toilet paper and some paper towel left, but the whole entire paper goods section, plates, paper towel, and toilet paper, all gone.
I don't understand. Wait, what the heck happened? If there's somebody out there that can explain what happened with paper products Please let us know because it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't get it. Because, I mean, if you think about it, like, how often, like, in a normal situation, how often do you need to buy a thing of toilet paper? Like, maybe once a month or maybe once every 2 weeks at the most?
Yeah, once every few weeks. Typically, like, my wife will add it to the list when we're down to our last 4 rolls or something like that. Like, hey, we should probably get toilet paper, add it to the list. I usually go to Publix every 2 to 3 days anyway, and I'll go and I'll pick it up. Paper towel, same thing. When we get down to our last roll, usually lasts us a few days, so I'll go and get it. Every single time I've been in the grocery store in the last 3+ weeks, the paper section, gone, completely wiped out. And it doesn't matter what time of day I get there, it's wiped out. So I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you think about it, like, grocery stores are one thing that are never going to close. Like, that was deemed an essential thing. Those are not going to close. And if you think about it, if you just buy things like you normally would at the grocery store, like, there's never a shortage, like, the rest of the year. So why hoard things to make a shortage now? I mean,
well,
like,
I think what happens, you get like 1 or 2 people that panic, and so they go and they buy 20 things of toilet paper, and then people are like, well, I don't want to wipe my butt with pine cones, so I'm going to get some before they run out. And then that adds to it, and people just panic, and that panic creates more panic and more and more and more. It's like gas shortages right before hurricanes happen down here. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Just settle down, people. Just come on, just buy stuff like you normally would, and this problem wouldn't exist.
And knock it off, people. Come on.
Yep.
That was our shame. We're shaming toilet paper hoarders.
That's
what
right.
We're doing.
Yeah,
Shame
we're
on
anti-shame
you.
normally. We're anti-shame normally, unless it comes to toilet paper hoarding.
Right.
If you're a toilet paper hoarder, shame. Shame.
Shame.
Shame. Yep.
That just happened.
That just happened. But there's another funny picture out there that I want to show. And this one came from Don Pickleball Parker. And he posted this picture showing why duct tape is not the solution to every problem. So yeah, when it comes to the toilet paper shortage we were just talking about, there's probably a time where duct tape might not help. I feel like in 90% of every other problem that you encounter in life, duct tape will help, but not during a toilet paper shortage.
I think if you took a section, though, and you folded it on itself so that the adhesive was only touching adhesive, it would be better than a lot of things out there.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, and it could be like nice and smooth and cold.
Yeah.
The,
I mean,
the
don't get me
smooth side
wrong.
of the duct tape.
Yeah, it would be like number 4, number 5 on my list of things that I would like to use in place of toilet paper. But still, I could see it, being okay.
Maybe. You should try it, and you can let us all know how that went for you.
All right. I'll go do it. I'll give you a play-by-play. Oh, that's so funny. I love it.
All right, let's get back to more video clips, because there's still a lot of very fun and funny video clips that we want to show. This next one actually comes from our good friend Corinne Carr. She shared this very impressive video on social media and said, I haven't spent this much time playing in the backyard in 20 years. # quarantine life. That was awesome. Like, that was very, very impressive. I don't know if people realize how hard it is to do what she just did there. That is impressive.
Yeah, I think that's the Tiger Woods move, isn't it? I think she's the one that started that. That's incredibly impressive for her to be able to do that.
Yeah, plus she went like down low in between to keep going with it and stuff. And yeah, that was awesome. And then I love at the end where I think she didn't realize she was going to hit it over the fence. She's like, uh-oh.
Right. Uh-oh. That was good. Good stuff.
That was awesome, though. Yeah, thanks for sharing that video, Corinne. That was very cool. Here's one from our good pal, Daniel J. Howard. This is another very impressive one. This is not pickleball related, but everybody knows that DJ Howard is a very a very well-known person in the pickleball world, a great instructor and coach that I got some coaching from last year, and it was very cool. But he did this video, and he said, you can do fun stuff with your kids and get a core workout at the same time. Disclaimer, it is not easy.
Put your arms all the way up.
Wow.
That looked very, very difficult, and it almost looked like an optical illusion too. Like the fact that they were both kind of just like hovering there, but that took a lot of core strength to make that work.
Yeah, that was really, really impressive to be able to do that. Like, I gotta start working on my planks, man, to work my way up to that level.
Yeah, and I've talked about this before, but like doing core exercises, man, oh man, that is a very beneficial thing to do, especially if you have lower back problems. Because before I got into pickleball, I was having severe back problems to where like certain activities would just like cause me to get my lower back to get so irritated I would be almost useless for like a week or two while I was recovering and stuff like that. And even when I first started playing pickleball, there were a few times where I was playing and then I just got like a jolt and that tweak in my lower back, and I just knew I was out of commission for about a week or so. But then I was reading up on it, and people were telling me that if you work on your core, that'll help big time it'll like help prevent tweaks and stuff. And I kid you not, once I started working on my core, it helped big time. And I rarely get back tweaks anymore. I do core exercises regularly, and I see a chiropractor at least once a month. Even if I don't feel like I have an achy back, I just have it just to kind of get things worked out and get things crack-a-lacking, if you will. And but I've had a much better success with not having back issues ever since I started doing both of those things.
I've actually, now that I'm not playing, I find that my back has been hurting me more recently. I think that getting out there, because before all this, I was playing 4 or 5, sometimes 6 times a week, and I feel like that was helping me to consistently be out there playing. Now that I haven't been playing as much, I've been eating a little bit more. My back's been hurting me a little bit more. I've kind of tweaked it a couple times, and I have to use the massager a lot more and do a lot more stretching than I normally have to do.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you say that, because I've noticed the exact same thing. Like now that I'm working from home and like I'm sitting way more than I ever do. I'm not playing pickleball, not going into the office where I walk around quite a bit when I'm in the office. And I feel the same way. Like my back has been bothering me more than usual with my lack of physical activity. And yeah, there's definitely something to that.
Which is why I'm excited that a lot of the governors and officials that are, really enforcing a lot of these stay-at-home orders are encouraging people to still practice social distancing while taking walks, riding bikes, being outside and active.
Yeah,
because that'd be horrible if, areas like where I live, where I can easily practice social distancing, if I wasn't able to do that, I would go nuts.
Oh yeah, for sure. And even here in Michigan, like we're hit very hard here in Michigan. But our governor and the officials have also said, like, just like go outside, get some fresh air, get some sun, go on walks, ride bikes, do physical activity, as long as you're not with groups of people and stuff like that. It's still very important to get outside and be physically active. So yeah, that's definitely an important thing. My wife and I, we go for walks every day on our lunch breaks when we're done working. That's been real nice, just going for a walk. If you want to go for a little run, go for a little bike ride. It's absolutely very important to do that stuff. So get out there and at least do something outside.
For sure.
So I actually want to get to another kind of a segment that we have here, and this is pretty fun. Marva Stroman has been posting a lot of videos on social media lately, especially on the Pickleball forum. And her videos are very entertaining, very funny. She's done a bunch of them. We're just going to play 3 of them here. And this first one is Marva's take on the Pickleball Quarantine Challenge videos that have been going around. And as far as I know, this is the first and maybe the only attempt for this particular quarantine challenge, but this is the one from Marva Stroman.
But consider this a challenge for those of you who are really good at pickleball. This isn't gonna work. I got one hit.
I love it. I've watched that so many times, it cracks me up every time. But kudos to Marva for at least trying something different like that for the quarantine challenge. And I love the fact that she was using the inversion table. And she only got one hit, but as far as I know, that's the record. As far as I know, I haven't seen anybody get more than one. I don't know about you.
On an inversion table?
Yeah, I'm while using an inversion table.
I know. I've never seen more than her. She's at the top.
Yeah. So that's the challenge I'm putting out there. See if you can beat Marva at her quarantine challenge. See if you can hit the ball more than once while upside down on an inversion table. Have you ever used an inversion table?
Yeah. My mom had one. She might actually still have one. And I used to use that a little bit. And in fact, one time back in the day, we threw a party at the house, and our friend, I'm not going to use his real name, but he disappeared for a little while. Dude, I don't know if you remember this or not, but we couldn't find him for quite a while. And he went upstairs and used her inversion table that you kind of flip on your back, right? And he got stuck there and he couldn't get out. And apparently he was yelling for us, but the music was so loud that we couldn't hear him. So we had to go.
I do.
Out of it. You remember that?
I do remember that. I totally forgot, but once you started talking about it, when you first started talking about it, I couldn't remember where this was going. But yeah, I remember I was there. I do remember that happening, and that was
he might actually
hilarious.
be watching right now too, which is kind of funny.
Oh man, yeah, that was hilarious. So I used to have an inversion table.
Did you?
And I used to swear by it. I used to love it. I feel like it would work out the kinks in my back. But there was one time where I used it proactively. I didn't have a kink in my back, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use it regularly, even if I don't have any problems going on, and that should maybe prevent me from getting a back tweak. And I don't know what happened, but I did it. And as soon as I tipped over, all of a sudden I felt the tweak happen. It caused me to get a tweak. So I don't know why that happened, but it messed me up so bad that I haven't used an inversion table since then. I sold it in a yard sale not too long after that. Before that point, I loved it. And I feel like if I had a tweak and used it, it worked. But for some reason, using it proactively when I didn't have a tweak caused me to get a tweak. So, I mean, maybe I did something wrong. I don't know, but that's my unfortunate story involving an inversion table. But I feel like when I did have back issues, it helped ease the pain and it made it feel better. So
oh yeah,
I feel like it'll definitely work for some people. But unfortunately, in that one instance for me, wasn't that great. But what are you gonna do? Oh well, you live and you learn. Some things work for some people and not for others.
That's right.
But I say we continue with the Marva Stroman segment here. In this next video from Marva, she got a visit from none other than Santa Claus.
Oh, well, since there's nothing to do at the North Pole right now, or in the rest of the world, I thought I would stop in Oklahoma at a special house. Marva Stroman, will you be my pickleball partner? I know you will because you're a good girl, and I know when you've been sleeping. I know when you're awake. I know you have been good, so be good. For goodness sake. All of you, keep the pickleball spirit going, and we'll slam the heck out of this coronavirus. Ho, 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 ho.
Oh my God. Like I feel like that just shows like what we're going through as a nation right now. Like she was so bored, she put on a full Santa Claus costume, came out of her chimney, and that happened.
The best part is she was cracking up at the end too, because it was like, I don't even know what to do at this point.
Yeah, it's like she just realized she's like, this is ridiculous. What am I doing here? I don't know,
Oh my
but
God.
I'm gonna post it anyway.
That was classic. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. And that's not it from Marva. She has a bunch of other videos, but we just have one more here for now for the Marva Stroman segment. And in this final video, we see her do something. She introduces us to somebody that goes by the name of Exotic Jolene.
Good morning. This is Exotic Jolene here in Oklahoma. And I'm going to do something very special for you, but do not try this at home. It's a little too dangerous. But I have my special friend here, my exotic cat. But we're going to do a little dink game. He's not too good. Oh, neither am I. But anyway, have a good day and stay safe.
Oh man, I feel like we need to meet her someday and do a video with her.
I totally agree. I thought those were hilarious. I'm assuming that was based on the Tiger King series that's going on Netflix.
It is. So the funny thing is, like I saw that clip before I started watching the Tiger King, and it cracked me up. So I even without even knowing that it was in reference to the Tiger King, I thought it was hilarious. But then I actually over the last few days, I did watch the entire Tiger King show, and there's like the main person in that show, his name is Joe Exotic, so that was a play off of Exotic Joe there with Exotic Jolene. So I love it.
That's hilarious.
Love it. So
Good
funny.
stuff.
Have you watched the Tiger King show yet?
No, to be honest with you, I'm strategically avoiding getting sucked into a Netflix series right now because, as I mentioned, I've been busier now than ever before.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I get sucked in, then my productivity is just gonna go to crap. And so I'm strategically avoiding it. But if it continues to, if this goes on for another month or so, I'll probably end up giving in.
Yeah, I gave in. Everybody I know has been talking about it and raving about it, so I watched the first episode just to see what it was all about, and it was a train wreck of a show, and I got to admit, I got hooked on it immediately, so once I started, I couldn't stop, so it kind of consumed a couple days of my life during my free time, but I finished it, so now I've got more free time, but yeah, it's crazy show, very messed up, and the fact that it's a reality show and that it was like, I mean, it was a documentary,
right?
And the fact that this stuff actually happened and that these are real people featured in the show, that just it blew my mind, and I couldn't stop watching. It was definitely a train wreck of a show.
Yeah, that's what I said. Well, how many episodes is it?
It's only 7, so it's not that bad. You can easily binge it in a day or two. But
I might have to do
yeah,
it.
I'm a sucker for documentaries in like the true crime drama documentaries and stuff. So this was like the perfect blend of both. It was like half weird documentary / crime drama.
I feel like based on the memes alone, I kind of already have a feeling of what the whole series is going to be like, because there's been memes like crazy out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's cool now that I know like what all these memes actually mean. Like I get, like the memes are a lot funnier to me now that I'm familiar with the show. It's if you like train wreck type shows and reality shows or documentaries, then I definitely recommend Tiger King.
Well, it looks like Lala says, yeah, I binge watched Tiger King 2. You're right, train wreck. All right. Well, it's Lala. I don't know if she's approving of it or not, but she's at least telling us it's a train wreck, and everybody wants to watch a train wreck.
That's right. Yeah, it's one of those guilty pleasure shows for sure. One that once I started, I was like, yeah, I gotta see how this turns out.
Very interesting.
But yeah, this has been another super fun night going through all the videos. That's all that I had set aside and saved to show for tonight. I don't know if you had anything in mind you wanted to go over or discuss tonight.
Well, I think we did what we set out to do, and that is to continue to spread positivity to the world. These are tough times, guys. We all know that. It's especially tough, it seems like, for pickleball players. And I guess all I can do is just try to be part of a group that's really spreading a lot of fun and positivity out there, because I think we need that right now more than ever. This is still going to be a tough little journey, but if we all come together and make it the best we can, then we'll come out of this on the other side stronger than we are right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like a majority of the people across the nation and across the world have been absolutely great at just kind of making the best out of this horrible, horrible situation, trying to help others out, trying to bring joy if they can. I mean, stuff like today, like the video clips and the pictures that we showed, I mean, that kind of stuff, I love that kind of stuff, and I just hope everybody keeps doing it, keeps it up. And we'll keep doing shows like this, because I got to tell you, the last 2 episodes of Dinking Around and this one have been my favorite so far, just because like it's been awesome seeing the creativity and how funny the pickleball community can be. And like I've had such a great time going over these videos and sharing them with everybody and watching them here.
Yeah, and if you guys are out there and you have any videos, pictures, memes, anything that you think kind of fits into what we're trying to do here, please let us know. If you guys have any suggestions on stuff that we can do to help spread more positivity when it comes to pickleball, or even things that are loosely pickleball related, because we did show some things tonight that really have nothing to do with pickleball, but anything like that, let us know. We just want to spread some positivity right now, and that's honestly our goal.
Yeah, exactly. And Marva, if you're watching and tuning in, send us a DM, because I think we could do a fun little collaboration. We could do something very fun, because I absolutely love what you're doing, and I hope you don't stop anytime soon.
I agree. Well, Webby, guess what?
What's that?
This has been Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby, episode number 22. Can you believe that this is the 22nd Dinking Around?
Wow. I cannot believe that.
We hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to be having Irina Terashenko on next Thursday, April 9th, 7:30 p.m. Unfortunately, we ran into some internet issues that I'll explain sometime in the future. It had nothing to do with any of us. It had to do with the service that we use. Very disappointed about that, but we'll definitely be bringing her on. You guys are going to want to stay tuned to that. Irina, to me, is like one of the coolest people in the world, and she does a lot for pickleball, so you definitely want to watch that, right, Webby?
Yeah, it's going to be so fun. And it's going to be even better this week than it would have been last week, just because we've got the extra time to prepare, so you're not going to want to miss it.
That's right. And on that note, I'm Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
See ya.